40-yard bunker shots are absolutely no day at the beach. They are not fun, in particular when you need to carry a greenside bunker in front of you. Today we've got a 40-yard shot carrying that dangerous greenside trap. These aren't fun, and ideally we shouldn't be in that bunker. We need to strategize better, but if we do happen to land in there, we need to know how to do it. And I've got a little strategy today that might make these shots just a little easier for you to play. Here's the shot we're faced with, this 40-yard bunker shot, 40 yards to the flag. It's about 30 yards to carry that bunker right there in front of me. I don't want to be in that bunker. I would love to be on the green from here. That would be a really good result. Now, most people would get in this bunker and think, okay, 40 yards, I'm going to play some version of like my sand wedge or my lob wedge, something like that. And in order to hit that shot, you have to pick the ball clean. You have to hit it perfectly. And that is going to have a lot of risk associated with it. If we catch too much ball and we shoot that thing flying, that's over the back and there's no chance of up and down over there. If I happen to catch some sand, it's definitely not going to get there. I'm either going to leave it in the sand trap or I'm going to leave it short of that sand trap. So those lofted wedges are really hard to play out of this kind of bunker here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play like essentially a long blast. So I'm going to use a pitching wedge in this case. Sometimes you might use a 9-iron or something like that, but I want you to try playing almost like a regular greenside trap shot, but with less loft. There are times where you might even use an 8-iron. Let's see how we do it with pitching wedge today. The benefit of playing the long blast on this shot is that I don't have to be perfect. When I pick it clean, I've got to be absolutely spot on. In this case here, I've got some margin for error. I'm going to hit the sand first. I'm just making sure that I have enough loft to get the ball as far as I need it to. And with opening the club face on something like my pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, that's going to expose more bounce and it's going to allow the club to skim through the sand. So let's give it a go. I'm going to play this like a regular bunker shot. So I'm going to open the club face. I'm going to aim my body left of the target to compensate for that. And then I'm just going to make a normal around my body swing. I'm going to have the handle quite low here. And here we go. I'm looking 2 inches behind the ball, roughly. And I tell you what, I'd be absolutely stoked with that result. It's maybe 10, 12 feet away, but I've got a chance at an up and down from here. Worst case scenario, 2 putts, walk on to the next hole. Okay, so I'm going to take you up to the green to take a look at the result of that shot. Again, my goal from here was get on the green. The thing that I didn't want to do was blast one, nail one over the back of the green, and I didn't want to dump one in that sand trap short of the green. So let's go take a look. So this is where we just hit from, and you can look at that divot. That's a pretty big divot. The ball started somewhere, you know, sort of in here, and I hit a couple of inches behind it. It looks a lot like a greenside bunker divot. So let's walk on up, see what we encountered here. Goal number 1 was hit the green, where we didn't want to finish obviously with this sand trap right here. That would be not good. And obviously we didn't want to catch it thin and shoot it over the back of the green. Job number 1 was not get myself in further trouble. You know, I made a mistake, really a strategic error. To leave myself that kind of shot, my strategy should allow for mishits and not put me into a position like that where back's really up against the wall. Luckily here, I happened to hit a good shot. I'm a chance of making a 1-putt and getting out of here. But again, very pleased with just getting out of here without getting myself into further trouble. Because that's how you start to rack up double bogeys, triple bogeys, all those big numbers. Okay, let's see if we can make it. Well, I am absolutely shocked to some degree. I mean, to walk away with an up and down out of that bunker, great result. Obviously very happy to make up and down from there. That wasn't necessarily the goal. Obviously, it's a great result, a great outcome, and we're always trying to shoot the lowest score that we can. But really what I was trying to do was minimize my risk, minimize the damage that was already done by hitting it into that difficult bunker. And I managed to do that by choosing the right shot at the right time. If I had have gone with that 60 degree or that sand wedge, something like that out of that bunker, that would have been high risk. And if I had have pulled it off, yeah, it would have been great. But if I didn't, I would have either left myself in that first greenside trap or hit myself over the back of the green, and that would have brought double into the equation. The goal here when you get yourself in trouble is get out of trouble. And I want you guys to try this shot when you get into these 40, 50 yard bunkers. Don't just go for that lob wedge. Give it a try. Go with that 9-iron, pitching wedge, maybe even 8-iron in some situations, just to make sure that you can hit that flop or that normal greenside blast. Give yourself a little margin for error. That's going to save some numbers if you happen to hit it in those traps. Well, I think making up and down from that bunker there deserves a like, so go ahead and hit the like button if you liked it, if you appreciate the fact that I made up and down. Leave me a comment as well and let me know, what club would you have played from that particular position? Doesn't matter what it was, what it is. I want you to try this in the future, but let me know what you would have used. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, until next time guys, good golfing.